it was reported by Adrian Wojnarowski and Ramona Shelburne that the Warriors made a bid for LeBron James at the trade deadline this year.
Really?
I didn't know that.
I did not know that.
Yes,
I knew that because I'm smart.
The Golden State Warriors made an unsuccessful bid to convince the Los Angeles Lakers and LeBron James to consider a trade to pair him with longtime rival Steph Curry. What do you guys think about this sort of news here for the first time?
I think that's isn't. I'm guessing that's why Clay was upset partially last night. He was moping around the court like a sad little toddler.
It's true.
That would make the Warriors an instant championship contender if LeBron went there.
Nah.
I want to know what the package was. It had to be Kuminga, Wiggins, Clay. Couple picks that they got.
That's what my question was too.
Maybe even Pajemski in there, because how do you even ask them for LeBron?
Because there's not even a trade reported in here of like an offer.
Sorry, what'd you say?
There's in this article, there's no like report of any offer or any players that were offered besides that not Draymond Green, because Draymond Green encouraged the Warriors owner Joe Lacob to reach out to Jeannie Buss to inquire about this.
Of course Draymond did.
Which of course he did. I mean they're two.
Dude, I was saying this. I've never seen somebody be a rival with somebody and like actually love them more than anything. Like bro has a wife and kids, and he can't keep LeBron's name out of his mouth. It's ridiculous. Like, dude.
Dude, something I find interesting with this. So, quoted from the article, armed with the encouragement of Warriors star Draymond Green, Joe Lacob reached out to Jeannie Buss to inquire whether James's apparent public frustration, all the social media, the post-game interview, that stuff, could be interpreted as an opening to discuss a trade. Buss told Lacob the Lakers had no desire to trade James, but that he would need to seek the answer on LeBron's state of mind from his agent, meaning they were not sure of his like state of mind, and that it wasn't a like immediate no, we're not trading LeBron.
This is where I saw the Rich Paul thing.
Yes.
And he was just on a podcast talking about it. I don't think he revealed too much, but I don't know. My take on it is just a very strange story. It's kind of weird. Like, I want to know more about like how whoever Ramona Shelburne, and I want to know how they got wind of it. I want to know how they know Draymond wanted to like, he wanted Jeannie Buss to get talked to. I want to know, like, man, it's just interesting how all this comes to light.
Yeah, like when you see like
it's hard to know
in these articles from like and these reports from Shams and Woj when it says blah blah blah's been traded here, sources say. Where are these sources? Like, we don't know any of these sources, and I would love to know the process of how this all comes out.
They'll probably know people like inside like the GM office and people like that. They probably know them and they trust them, so that's how they get their sources. They just don't want to reveal names.
Yeah,
because then the sources stop telling you information.
They don't want to be in the limelight. That's why they're telling you to.
Or once you reveal their name, they stop getting the information as well.
Yep.
Yeah. So very true.
Unless it's just straight up the GM telling them, "Hey, we're doing this. Congratulations, right. You're the first to report it."
Yeah, it's like, or they have another motive for telling, like they want to stir it up, or
but
something completely
like,
unrelated.
A team's not trading for LeBron unless they're planning on drafting Bronny first or second round.
Yeah.
Like, let's be honest. Like, you're not giving up your whole future.
No, you can't do it. That'd be a stupid move.
I don't know. Yeah. I mean, here's my thing. I don't know much about. I haven't watched Bronny a whole lot this year, but if he was as good as a first-round draft pick would be, then his team would be doing a lot better. Because USC also has Isaiah Collier, who is a bona fide top 10.
Isaiah Collier, lottery pick.
So why aren't they winning games? Too. They're not winning games, is my point. So
Bronny isn't as crazy. Like I hate to say it, like.
His defense. It's all his defense.
He's a good playmaker.
I've seen him a couple of times. He looks smart.
His IQ is insane. His playmaking ability is really good. He's got the athleticism. He can shoot. He's just not dominant with the ball. And when you're obviously named LeBron James Jr., you expect
Well-
him to be dominant, and he's just not. Which is
He's
okay,
also-
but he's not a first-round pick. He's a
The
second.
thing is, he's playing on the same team as the number 1 point guard from last year's class and the number 1 shooting guard from the year before.
Yeah, Collier is
So-
a beast.
And Boogie Ellis, who we haven't mentioned, has also he's also been great. But Collier hasn't been that crazy this year. I mean, percentages wise, if you look at he's shooting like 40% from the field. That's why he's falling down a little bit of the draft.
Yeah.
Like I've seen him going as low as like 16 or 17 in some mocks because
wow.
Yeah. I'm
he's
not a
struggling to
super.
shoot.
I'm not
Who was
super
it?
tapped into
I
it.
think I remember seeing Austin Rivers talking about it like on one of the ESPN shows, how he doesn't want Bronny to play with LeBron. And his reasoning was like, I couldn't fault him with that. Like he was talking about how he went through a similar thing because of Doc Rivers. And it's like when he went on that team, even though he was like Austin Rivers, when he was in college, he was one of the best players in the country. Like he was a top talent. And then when he got to the NBA, everyone said, oh, it's only just because of Doc's there. Same thing with Bronny. Like, I know Bronny's not as talented as Austin Rivers, but like if he does get drafted, that's just what's going to happen. And
Yeah.
you just hate for that. That's the mentality for a young kid coming in. You should be supported, go down to the G League, get some reps, and develop. It's just people are going to expect way too much out of him. Right away,
Or
and I just feel bad for him already.
go be a
I
pro somewhere else. Go play
Yeah.
overseas or something. Like
Oh,
go be
100%.
if that's what you want to do, you can do that and do it at a professional level and do it at a very high level.
100%.
Well, I think of Bronny as of right now. I think he's gonna be like Bilal Coulibaly, with how teams are like looking at him during the pre-draft process, because he's one of the
Well, that's
better.
a top 5 guy, right? He was top 5 pick, wasn't he?
But in going in, he wasn't seen as that, and Washington like came out of nowhere and took. I mean, we were all watching it together. In
Yeah.
the same,
Yeah.
Nick looked at me. He's like, "Who is this guy?" like, let's be honest.
Yeah, all
And-
we knew was
and-
like, oh, Wemby's teammate from France.
And that's the thing. That's another reason why he got drafted was because he's Wemby's teammate, just like Bronny is LeBron's son. So like I see a lot of similarities with them. Both viewed as defensive-minded guys because coming out of high school, Bronny was considered one of the top 2 or 3 perimeter defenders in this last class. That's why USC liked him so much, obviously because he's LeBron's son. But like he's a good spot-up shooter, and he can
He's a
play-
good 3-and-D guy. He's a good 3-and-D guy.
Exactly.
Everyone
That's
needs
what the
him.
NBA needs.
Yep.
Everyone needs him.
and he's a project. And I think there's a lot of teams like if the Grizzlies somehow get him, I think, or whoever. Marcus,
Ooh, I like
Dude,
the sound of
low-key.
that. That is scary.
Ja
They can
Morant and
develop-
Bronny.
or
Ooh.
like I don't want to say Boston because I don't want to see LeBron play for Boston.
You
But,
hit
like,
me with a soft spot with the Grizzlies right now. We're talking about Bronny.
I'm just saying for Marcus Smart, like Marcus Smart could be a perfect mentor for him, or
Marcus
like
Smart's
Drew
out of the league
Holiday.
What
Like-
is this?
brother.
Yeah, there's definitely endless options. I guarantee you this is gonna be the #1 talk once the finals are over.
Oh yeah.
Dude,
Look at
come
me.
March Madness, that's all what's going to be the talk because the entire
If they
sports
make it.
world-
Yeah.
No, not even if they make it, but like the whole world's going to be focusing on college basketball, and that's what people are going to be talking about. It just consumes
I'm excited
the
for March
media.
Madness.
I can't wait. I can't
It's
wait.
gonna
We're
be
going to
so
turn.
All
Into, we're an NBA podcast. We're going to turn into a college hoops podcast.
That's true.
I don't know much about college, but
Everybody
I feel
knows everything.
We'll
in
do
that
one
time.
episode or something.
Yeah.
Maybe.
UConn could run it back, Nick.
We'll
right?
do a bracket. We'll do bracket.
They have-
Yeah.
UConn can run it back. I really like I like the Tar Heels this year. With
Well,
they got
UConn
2
has
really
one of my
good
favorite
dudes.
prospects. They have
Didn't
what's
they
his
just
face?
lose?
Yeah, it's Syracuse. Yeah,
Yeah.
Oh, what's bro's name?
Tar Heels in
Stephon
Arizona.
Castle. They have Stephon Castle, who I heard is just so good.
I liked Arizona last year. They lost in the
Yeah.
first round.
All I know is some of the players, like I know Reed Shepard is a dog.
All right, let's go on our next
Sorry,
one. I
enough
think I know
college
what this
hoops.
is.
Enough college hoops.
Back.
We talked
track.
LeBron, we talked Bronny, we talked Warriors. Let's talk.
We went from
Ring,
LeBron
ring,
to
ding,
Well,
ding.
what's funny?
That
Well,
doesn't
so
work.
one more thing at the end of this article was that Mike Dunleavy, the Warriors executive, was actually the second team executive to call Rob Pelinka on a potential LeBron deal.
Oh shoot!
And of course, who else was the other one but Daryl Morey?
Oh, of course,
From
Daryl
the Sixers.
Morey.
He also inquired on Kevin Durant, and he's inquiring on everybody.
Hey,
so-
All right,
Shooters
this will be just a joke for these co-hosts and myself, but is it the Mr. Skufka of Daryl Morey? Is that
Daryl
'cause
Morey's the Mr. Skopka.
that is
Shout out
our
to Jim
fantasy?
Skufka, man.
That is our fantasy Daryl Murray because he has some of the most outlandish trade
But
offers
he'll
to
offer the
us.
most insane, like ridiculous trades, like Nick Richards for Jared Allen to me.
Yeah. Yep.
Just stuff like that. So shout out to Mr. Skufka. Maybe one day we'll have you on. If you're
Dude, it's like the Ringer. The Ringer put out their top 35 players today. It was so bad. They had Tyrese Maxey at like 28.
What are you
They had,
talking about?
I-
He's top 3.
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying.
Oh my gosh.